All right, I'm having my coffee, but I'm going to give you guys the rundown of the bank crisis, I guess, blow by blow today. Financial Times this morning, their main headline, it's up here. Hunt races to gather cash lifeline for tech companies hit by SVB collapse. Yeah, good luck on that one. Now, let's move on to the other one. Okay, this is the interesting one here. First Republic Bank. More banks under pressure, brought in contagion, Fed emergency measures, show me the money. Now, some of the things they're talking about here. No losses will be borne by a taxpayer. Really? Who the fuck are you gonna pass the bill to? Martians? Like for real. Like we're the only ones. We pay for it. Through hook or through crook, we pay for it. Okay? The government's money is our money. So how are we not? How the fact that FDIC had to step in and spend money on this, that's our money. So we fucking ridiculous. Feds close another bank. That's Signature Bank. Okay? So let me just try to take this to the U.S. government moves to stop financial crisis. Biden assures reassuring the markets. For real? The markets, and when I was a kid, I like hot dogs. Anybody has ice cream? That's how he's gonna fucking reassure the markets? The blame game over Trump's regulation rollbacks. No, not that, dog. I know what this was. I explained it on the last video. All right, let me explain something to you on this fucking thing here, okay? The U.S. government moves to stop financial crisis. And that's kind of stupid because the regulators should have come into that bank way before and control this crisis. And if the bank executives were committing fraud by falsifying papers and shit like that, they should be in fucking prison. Because at a certain point, if they were covering this up instead of reporting the real truth, that's fraud. I'm sorry. That's wire fraud, mail fraud, bank fraud. You could do the whole fucking fraud gambit there. Okay? They hit me with that shit. I wasn't even in the country. But nonetheless, those motherfuckers, they were planning and scheming together with other individuals in order to dump stock while they could be possibly like not sending in information to the government on the health of the bank and stuff. I'm just saying, okay? As far as the Fed out there, don't give me a phone call and email. You know I'm right. I'm trying to protect your family too. All right, so U.S. government moves in to stop whatever. I'm looking at this thing now. Took extraordinary steps on Sunday to stop a potential banking crisis after a historic failure of Silicon Valley Bank, assuring all depositors at the failed institution that they could access their money quickly, even as other major banks were shut down. Let me tell you something. Yeah, you're gonna get IOU coupons, okay? Let me tell you something. This is already spreading around the world, but let me just tell you something. The other one, in a sign of how fast the financial bleeding was occurring, financial regulators announced that New York-based Signature Bank had also failed and was being seized on Sunday at more than 110 billion in assets. Signature Bank is the third largest failure in the U.S. So we have the first largest and the second, and now we have the third. Let me just tell you something, motherfuckers. Let me choose my words very carefully on this one. How the fuck does Signature Bank all of a sudden start coughing out blood? It just doesn't happen automatically. The markets were closed on the weekend. Their bonds didn't drop down. Their investments didn't drop down. So they were bleeding and dying from way before. That's all it was. And when one motherfucker turned around and tapped out, SVB, they were, oh my God, I think things are getting really bad. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? There's zombie banks out there. There's zombie banks. Who do you think invest in companies that want to sell like rainbow colored ice cream to your children? Those motherfuckers. And don't tell me, Lou, you're anti-gay. I'm like, no, I'm not anti-gay. I'm a straight motherfucker. I love women. At the end of the day, if you want to be gay, God bless you. May Jesus send you a bag of dicks tomorrow. That doesn't matter to me. I don't hate nobody. I hate bad people. Now, moving on. This nonsense that's going on right now, okay? you're gonna have you're gonna have all the banks around, all the markets around the world, the Nikkei, the Shanghai, they're all gonna be down. But at the end of the day, I gotta tell you something. They needed a crisis to make money. There's no money being made on the market. I've said that many times. For those of you who know me for a while, I said right now the market is dry. So they needed a crisis to make money. Look back at the last two events. Now, this is the third one. The last two banking events, and you'll see that the banks made the most money. 2008, they got the bailout. 2019-20, they got the stimulus, you know what they got. You know what the government sent them. So at the end of the day, now we have another, oh my God, banking crisis. This shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. That's like if you have a son and you see him walking fucking strange and funny, you don't wait for him to do a sex change operation. You talk to that motherfucker, be like, dog, do you know the incredible thing about having women in your life? You don't wait for him to come out and tell you, Dad, my name is Cindy now, face it, and this is my husband, Bob. That's not what you wait for. Let me tell you something. I'm looking at this thing now, and at the end of the day, you're talking about more banks under pressure. More banks under pressure? What pressure? They were fucked up a long time ago, and now they're finding out, and now the government has to step in. I laugh when they say that, no, but the taxpayers are not going to pay for it. Let me tell you something. I keep seeing discussion like crisis out everywhere. Okay, well, how did we get to this crisis? That doesn't even make any sense. I thought we just had a stress test a couple of weeks ago. November, I think we had a stress test. Many large U.S. banks also churning lower, with J.P. Morgan Chase, the king of the ownerships of the derivatives. What's up, Diamond? Bank of America Corp. Them motherfuckers a dead man walking. And Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is the walking dead. I don't know how many times that fucker's crawled out of the coffin. All trading down. Equity investors so far found little reasons to stick around to find out. Yeah, because that's the other one. They don't want to stick around to find out. But the other ones where they were fucking around, now they're going to find out. There will be a search for the next victim, and the recession probability is set to increase over the next victim. Oh my God, this is like soccer. You ever seen soccer? Somebody brushes them, they go, ah, like that. Everybody's going to cry because they want that money. Watch. You'll see how this goes down. Let me tell you something. Imagine you wake up early in the morning, you go to Starbucks, you go to that transmifadite fucking mermaid and go, let me get a double almond milk latte with non-fat whip, and then you go swipe your card and it goes, no bueno, motherfucker, you broke. You're going with no almond milk today. It's fucked up. You're like, you can get cow milk for free. Stop.